Elon Musk's troubles, they are piling up as the billionaire is facing targets from investors, ongoing lawsuits, government investigations, you name it. Tesla stock has fallen 30% this year, with EV sales plummeting in the United States. 4 former Twitter executives are suing Musk for millions in unpaid severance as a U.S. judge is ordering Musk to testify in the SEC's probe of his $44 billion Twitter takeover, and nearly 6,000 factory workers are suing Tesla for alleged racism. Joining us now, PayPal founding COO, Kraft Ventures co-founder and All In podcast co-host, David Sachs. David, thank you so much for joining us today. I want to get your insight on this Elon Musk topic because while he was very high profile before he took Twitter over, once he came in and started to revolutionize and talk about free speech and censorship and all the things that were happening, his troubles started to mount.
Well, there's a certain amount of truth in that. I mean, I think Elon's life would be a lot simpler if he simply complied with all these censorship demands of these various governments. But he believes in free speech, and so he's standing up for that cause. But there's no question that a lot of this pressure is coming as a result of the fact that you've got these governments, whether it's Brazil or the EU or even the Biden administration, they want him to censor speech on Twitter. And he doesn't want to do it because he believes in the principle of freedom of speech.
David, they're focused on Elon Musk right now, but there are other folks like Elon Musk who want to change the game, who may become more outspoken. Are they going to feel this next? In other words, is what Elon Musk is feeling what's going to happen to the rest of entrepreneurial America?
Potentially. I mean, the history of free speech and censorship is that when the government gets away with some type of censorship, they're going to keep trying and they'll censor more. And they'll keep going until somehow that process is stopped. For a good example of this, let's look at Brazil. I mean, you've got an out of control judge there who has been sending censorship demands to Twitter before Elon bought it and to other tech companies. And he's been censoring sitting members of their parliament. He's been censoring journalists and reporters. In fact, and almost anybody who posts a critical tweet of what's happening in Brazil, he's demanded that these tweets be taken down. And then on top of that, he's imposed a gag order where he told Twitter to lie and say that these accounts are being taken down because they violated the terms of service when actually they were doing it because they received a court order from this judge. So that, I think, is the end state of where censorship ends up if you allow it to go unchecked. And we definitely don't want that happening in the United States. And so I, for one, am appreciative that Elon is standing up for freedom of speech.
I want to pivot to sort of the global venture capital space. Funding overall globally was down about 30% in the first quarter. You're a big funder, a big investor. Do you see opportunities now, and are they all in AI?
Largely, yes. AI is the big new tech wave. ChatGPT launched in November of 2022, and it became a huge hit. I think even it was a little bit of a surprise to OpenAI how big a hit it became. I think they launched it almost as a proof of concept, and it's taken the world by storm. And since then, what you've seen is a tremendous amount of innovation by entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley and throughout tech, utilizing this idea of large language models. And the pace of innovation is really staggering. This is a huge new tech wave. I think you could say it's on the order of the mobile wave, the social wave, the cloud wave, and the internet itself. And so I would expect this to keep going and going.
Can I ask you, David, you were a big supporter of Ron DeSantis. He obviously is not in the race. Trump has the nomination for the GOP. Are you going to switch your support? Are you going to shift and donate to Donald Trump?
Well, I haven't made that decision yet, but I supported DeSantis because I personally believe we need a change of government in Washington. I'd like to see a new administration come in. So stay tuned. We'll see.
We'll revisit that with you.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so let's say we get a new administration. You got a huge debt problem in America. You've got a lot of people out there who are AI skeptics, but I've heard you talk about this. In your view, as AI might help us solve the debt crunch we're in. Talk more about that.
Well, the productivity gains have to come from somewhere. I mean, ultimately, the only thing that drives real GDP growth is productivity. Otherwise, it's just inflation, right? It's just inflation of the numbers in nominal terms. So, where's the productivity going to come from? AI right now is the great hope for a major productivity boom of the kind that we had in, say, the late 90s when we actually got to a government surplus. It's the last time that we had a government surplus was in the last years of the 1990s when we had that internet boom.
Mm.
So you need, in order to pay off this massive debt, you need economic growth, and that growth ultimately comes from tech. And AI is the latest tech wave. So if we don't take advantage of this, I don't see how we're ever going to get out of this enormous debt that we're in.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
David, we really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on today.
Good to be here.